ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the new intro for Rogue Actions. This show is epic enough, Heinzie. It deserved an epic intro to go with it. What do you think?
That was hot. That was amazing. That is the way to start off a Monday morning. Good morning, Cubs fam. Good morning, Cubs. How are you, brother? Good to be back.
I am excellent. And big shout out to our best friend, Scotty Anderson, the great, who put that together for us. Come see it again on Heinzie's video. We'll roll it before both videos. And so we got to get right into this show. We got a lot to talk about. Nerfs, City.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about this? Maybe not joining you under the best of circumstances. What's going to be after Galactic Legend Vader? We're going to get that speculation going already because guess what? That's what we do, Heidi. But before we get into that, we got a mini moment, and I think this is going to connect to our Nerf discussion, but I just love... Did you see this, Heinzie?
Yeah,
this is the new reworked Culling Blade. They've actually changed the name to Tickling Blade. And here's the description. You ready for this? It's a cooldown of 4, and it says, throw a lightsaber at target enemy, gently caressing them as a lover with a feather. Enemy feels secure and happy now.
I've seen another version of it as well. It's like throw pool noodle at enemy. That was also quite a good one as well. I think we get the point. Yeah, certainly... very disappointing. It feels like a gift that had been given to us 12 months ago has just been taken away again. But let's come back to that, mate. We've got a lot to talk about here.
No, we're gonna stay on it actually because
cool.
we got to talk about this nerf. And now there's some things that I think that I'm starting to see little glimpses of silver lining. I deliberately said on my channel I wanted to wait until we had several days to feel this out, to really come on record and give my opinion on it. And I think while there are glimpses of hope, for the most part, this nerf it's incredibly disappointing to me because it didn't just nerf what they said it was going to nerf. Like, it felt like the motive here is just to adjust, these non-GL characters against GLs, but it effectively has nerfed characters against everything. Wat Tambor, his usefulness in the game is minimized to basically speed somebody up and give the tank tech out, I guess. Vader, I believe he tickly blade up there because I mean his use against so many teams is minimized tremendously, and there's more there. We could unpack every character here, but Heinzie, that's kind of my big overall takeaway. Is I'm just very, very disappointed that this has reached so much beyond just addressing these characters against Galactic Legends.
Yeah, I think a lot of our fears have come to fruition. Yeah. I really do believe that. We had real big concerns, guys, that a lot of the characters that we know and we love and some of the incredible theory crafting that's been built up over years has been wiped away in an instant. And not just the Galactic Legends, because let's be honest, they haven't actually fixed all the problems yet, which is another concern, and we'll talk about that on my side later. But yeah, as the biggest issue for me is Vader. Vader's really
how are you gonna do that? Like, he's honestly, it really bothers me because they could have just nerfed Culling Blade against Galactic Legends. You know what I'm saying?
I think they should have. And we know that they had mechanic issues with with avoiding defense, and we know what that's all about. But 12 months ago, one of the highlights of last year was the rework. That sparked a real renaissance in our game and love for our game again, which led through to where we're at today. And I feel that a lot of people are really disappointed because, as I said at the start, it was a gift that was given to us, and now it feels like it's been taken away from us. And that is really, really disheartening for a lot of people and pretty disappointing. And
I'm seeing people leave the game over that one.
Oh, we certainly have. I mean, we saw people leave over Relics. I don't think we're at the point where when Relics came out, we're going to have a mass exodus like we had Relics. If you're free to play at the moment, you're really, really not happy. And anyone that used other non-meta teams to beat Galactic Legends are even more furious. Grid and I had a chat on the Gridsy session the other day, and it was just full of rage. He built his roster around taking out Galactic Legends with non-meta teams. He built that. And all of that is absolutely useless.
Well, and even
All
without the GL consideration, like I was in a situation where I'm trying to remember the team I was trying to beat. I think it was a Jedi Luke team. And with Vader and Thrawn, going in against Jedi Luke would normally be a very viable route to take, especially with Watt. And I would have been able to do it, but it was like, no, you're not. That is not happening with this. I want to talk about every character here. So Vader, we've already kind of beaten that horse dead. Very disappointing. Maybe the most disappointing here. I think General Anakin is very disappointing as well. It seems like he's very stuck with the 501st now. I've noticed a lot of people taking him out of the Kenobi team now. Maybe the silver lining there is Cam seems to be slotting in, so maybe we actually have a use for Cam now. But it seems like General Anakin Skywalker, again, another big character that people farm for a very long time, not nearly as useful against anything.
Yeah, Cam has filled the breach. That's what he's done. He filled the gap. Not ideal. Gas was doing some amazing work. And yeah, you're really only going to use Gas now with 501st lineups, which in hindsight, looking back now, it probably makes sense because he probably should be there. He should be linchpin of a 501st lineup. That team was built around him and revolved around him, and we'd taken a character out and used it in other places. Am I disappointed about it? Yes, because it takes away some of the freedom of using characters in different sections of the game.
Shock T was filling that spot really well. You could take Gas out, use him as a solo character, put him in with several other squads, and have Shock T with the 501st. But it does seem like he's able to beat Rey still. But we'll talk in your video on if we feel like that's gonna hold.
We'll come back to that because I have a as I say. With Conquest and also with some more changes, I have a bad feeling about this, guys. Yeah. I really do. But yeah, I don't think we're done yet. I really don't. But yeah, look, Vader, as I said, I think Vader's still the biggest disappointment. I know I keep rolling back to him, but I just think that's really, really disappointing. I mean, I've gone back to using Vader against Night Sisters again. What a drop.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, that's the only reliable thing that I'm using it for these days. I actually just did my GAC a minute ago. And you know what I used Vader against? I used it against Poe and the Vets. Come on.
Did he win?
Let's that's not cool. Not cool.
All right, let me keep you focused here. We got to talk about every character, Heinze. Okay.
I know. I do.
I know. We hate the Vader nerf. JKL. I'm not sure how to feel about Luke, Jedi Knight Luke, because his damage definitely feels like it took a big hit. But having that third ability do a bunch of damage to GLs is nice.
Yeah. And I don't know how long that will last, but we'll come back to that. But yeah, it's good to see that, they're definitely doing some work still against GLs. They haven't solved the problem of holding off, not being able to hit Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. It's still doing some work there. So we'll have to wait and see with that. They hit it pretty hard. Yeah. They definitely hit Jedi Knight Luke, especially. They hit really hard. Jedi Knight Revan's still really good, and Jedi Knight Revan's probably the linchpin of all the problems from the start. I mean, when Jedi Knight Revan came out, they've really been backtracking since that, trying to work around a lot of things since he came out originally. If I'm wrong, Cubs.
Who knows? But when they were talking in one of the dev interviews, I'm trying to remember which one it was about. I think it was mine actually, about the power creep. And how they got to design future vulnerabilities. I think maybe Jedi Revan taught them something about that.
Jedi Knight Revan was kind of the genesis of adjustments in our game. I believe that's still the case and still causing trouble. Obviously, still not done yet. But yeah, that definitely took a big hit.
Let's talk about Watt.
Let's talk.
This is another real disappointing one. And I think maybe circling back to just the nerf in general, one of the hardest things to accept about this is just how end game a lot of these characters are. I mean, Gas, JKL, big legendary characters, takes a lot of work to get there. Watt, obviously the GOTB, dark side character. He's basically just doing the tank tech now. That weapons mod does basically nothing. So it's just what Watt used to do is just so different now. This one I find very disappointing as well.
Yeah, I used what in the special mission in Darkside Geo yesterday, and it was the 30-minute battle with what Tambor involved in it.
Wow.
That's not right. It's just not right. He should be an ultimate plug and play character. He needs some sort of adjustment. And if he's still causing trouble with Galactic Legends, then work a way around that. You can still give, what some viability in the game with other teams, because he was designed to be plug and play, guys. He's good with Separatists, but he was made. You sold him as a plug and play player, CG. That's how you sold him.
They could have still provided an offense boost with the weapons mod.
Correct. I think it needs to be looked at. What needs to be looked at, because he's not good enough. It's not enough. And that's probably the biggest hit, and that's the most disappointing hit. It's a character that you earn over a long time, throughout TBs, with your guild.
And they've asked us to relic 7 watt.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He should be better than he is.
No.
100%. He should be a lot better than he is. So work a way around that. That's definitely the priority, because he was sold as a plug and play, and he ain't as plug and play no more, and that's not cool.
I mean, he's still got some use, but it's totally different than what we've been accustomed to. And that weapons mod, which was a big, huge part of his viability, has just kind of become Bantha Poodoo now. And so I find that to be extremely disappointing. There's ways for them to, the motive in doing that is obviously what they're doing with the defense stats and the armor penetration, all of that. There's a way to still give him viability without just cutting him on the Achilles if he has one of those. And then finally we got Thrawn.
Yeah.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's just not cool. Yeah, look, Fracture's still useful, but nowhere near as good as it is. And again, probably part of the problem as well with the whole Galactic Legend counters, probably one of the large parts of it, especially with Ray, with the Fracture in there. Just put in that you can't fracture Ray and leave him alone. That's what people are using him for anyway. Just do that. Fracture Ray. Done. Or make Ray's kit immune to fracture. Done. That way you still use him everywhere else.
Yeah.
Just not good enough. It's definitely better ways of doing this, guys. I understand. I think we all understand that you guys are having issues creating. I'm sorry, I'm speaking to CG here. I love you guys. We all do. We love what you do with this game. I'm not going to sit here and pot shot you. It's not my style. It really isn't. But there's a lot of people really bloody angry out there right now with the changes that we made. And it's not a case of jumping up and down for the sake of sensationalizing it. That's not what we do. We love our game and we want it to be good. But there's ways and means of doing it, and I don't think it's done right yet. I just don't believe it. I think that adjustments need to be made where our characters that we've farmed and put a lot of resources into, because you want us to use them for Galactic Legend requirements, should be better than what they are. That's just my thought, straight up.
Yep, this misses the mark for me. It misses the mark, and I was already skeptical of it, so I'm not going to say that I was necessarily the most objective evaluator on this, but I did try to actually wait and see what these characters looked like in practice. Silver Lining, again, I like what, obviously what they've done with Luke's stun. I like that Anakin still seems to have some viability against Rey. Hopefully that holds. Now, finally here to end things, I just wanted to take a second to have a little brief speculation, Heinze. What do you think the next round of Galactic Legends will be after this?
Well, they do them separately these days, Cubs, if you remember. They don't do them in pairs anymore.
It's kind of a pair.
Yeah, but they spread them out a bit. So I think that we probably got one more legend this year. Okay. I do believe late in the year. I think it'll be more around the December mark, January. I want Dad Bod Boba. We got the Book of Boba Fett coming up, the TV show. We know that, the end of the year.
Yeah.
I want Dad Bod Boba changing the ultimate with some knee rocket action. I'm a big fan of that. We've talked about this before, Cubs. We have talked about this before. But I want Dad Bod Boba Galactic Legend next. We need look, Boba is an iconic character in the Star Wars universe. And if anyone deserves to be a Galactic Legend, I think Boba should be one.
Okay, so that was my prediction too. A Dad Bod Boba for the GL. Now how about this ultimate? Okay, the knee rocket should be his basic ability.
All right? No.
No, listen.
Okay.
Shh.
Okay.
The ultimate should be that he calls in Slave 1 and we seismic charge the whole team.
Oh, I like that too. I personally like building up with as many shots with the gaffy stick, charging up the ultimate, leading to AoE, annihilate the team, take them out.
I don't think that they'd ever use the seismic charge against characters, but it could be a kind of fun animation, right? To just see Slave 1 overhead and
love it. That would be incredible. But we need knee rocket Boba.
Yes.
That's one. We need knee rocket Boba, please. That would be great.
Okay. All right. Well, we're on the same page there. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today for my portion of the video. We got to talk more about the nerfs over on Heinz's channel and this upcoming conquest. Hopefully things, shift around. I think Heinz and I, we're kind of a little bit pessimistic right now. Not really stoked about a lot of what's going on, but hopefully we see things turn around soon. I'm not really thinking that mood is going to shift with the new conquest coming with what I'm seeing so far, but we will just have to wait and see, right, Heinz?
Yep, we do. And we need to talk about something else happening tonight. We're so for those that don't know, I got challenged last week. If you remember, if you watched Rogue Actions last week, I got challenged by Cubs
to
take him on in a game of Madden.
Mm-hmm.
I played the game 4 days ago. I downloaded it. It's
Have you been playing it?
A little bit. Do you know how
American football works?
Yeah, I like Super Bowl. I love the Super Bowl, so I've got an idea, but I'm not a...
So you watch one game a year?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Typical Australian, right? So you should absolutely wipe the floor with me. If for some reason if it's a tie or I do knock you off, you're never going to hear the end of it. No pressure, just saying, straight up. So guys, come and join us. I think it's at 9 p.m. Eastern. I think tonight we're going live.
I don't know if we have a set time. We need to talk. I need to. Let's see here. Get into some aggressive negotiations with my better half on time.
Let me know, but it'll be tonight, guys. Tonight, Monday Night Football is our plan of attack.
Monday Night Football. There we go.
Monday Night Football. Let's do it. I'm down.
All right, guys, we're getting out of here. Go over to Heinz's video, watch that sick intro again, and as always, my brothers, don't forget.